Greetings, everyone. Look at this man, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Mahfood urging public sector to cut jobs to boost economic growth. Look at him. This man is a weapon that is formed against us that shall never prosper. This man and his family own like half of Jamaica, right? And this man look like the second generation of rich person in the Mahfood family. That means this man don't know hungry. He don't understand what hungry feel like, right? He had never been in poverty. And instead of encouraging the government to create opportunity where more investors can come in the country, so that more people can get jobs, this man have the audacity to be saying that public sector work must cut in order to boost economic growth. What will cause economic growth, ladies and gentlemen? Is it job cuts that will cause economic growth, or is it production? If the country is producing, ladies and gentlemen, then the workers will be in demand. Now, if more people are working, ladies and gentlemen, then more money will spend in the economy, and that will contribute towards economic growth. Everybody will now be able to be in a position where they can own a home, in a position where they can eat good food, wear good clothes, send their children to good school, able to pay their children's school fee, and be able to live comfortably, ladies and gentlemen. But when this man, who had never known poverty, one of the stingiest set of people in this country is this man's family. And I said it with no apology. These people, they don't give away prayers. Very stingy people, ladies and gentlemen. All right, have you ever heard their company sponsoring anything like any athlete, any football event, any sporting event? Have you ever heard them making any donations towards any cause? Ladies and gentlemen, the stingiest people in this country want Jamaican government to cut public sector workers in order to boost economic growth. What will boost economic growth, ladies and gentlemen, is if more people are working, is if the country is producing goods and services that people will buy into. And by producing these goods and services that people will buy into, more jobs will be created, and this will help to stimulate the economy. I'm not expecting any better from people like him, because people like him don't know what hungry feels like. He had never been hungry, ladies and gentlemen. This man had never been in a position where he cannot afford to pay his bills. This man had never been in a position where creditors are calling him and threatening him to take him to court because he can't pay his bills. This man had never been in that position, but he dared to open up his mouth saying that public sector job should cut to boost economic growth. Why don't you cut your companies to boost economic growth? Why don't you sell out some of your assets to Jamaican investors and disappear, instead of opening up your mouth to blurt foolishness? Leave Jamaica alone if you have a problem with Jamaica. If you have a problem with Jamaican people working and earning the honest bread, why don't you take yourself and go? Pack your, what Mr. Knight would say? Each and every one of you should pack your bags and go. Why don't you pack your bags and go? The stingiest people, one of the stingiest people in this country that don't even give away prayers. If a crumb drop from them, they are going to bend down and pick up the crumb. They don't give not even the ants the crumb to eat. And these people are the people. This man want Jamaica public sector jobs to cut. Let me tell you something, sir. If you don't have anything good to say, it's better you shut your mouth. It's better you close your mouth and let people think that you're a fool, sir, than to open up your mouth and convince people that you're a fool, because what you're saying is foolishness. Cutting jobs, ladies and gentlemen, won't cause the economy to grow, because more people will be out of a job, and that will cause the poverty rate to increase. More people out of a job mean less money will spend. Things will get more expensive, and people won't be able to afford them, because why? There is no money to purchase what they want. You will have more children graduating from school that are underperforming, barely can read and write, because what? Their parents couldn't afford to send them to school regularly because they have no job, so they have no money. And this man is talking about job cuts. Sir, listen to me, and you listen to me well. If you're going to be a weapon, an evil weapon against Jamaica, it's best that you close down your companies here in Jamaica and disappear. We don't want persons like you in this country who believe that it's only you alone should live comfortable, and only you alone should be able to wear expensive clothes, expensive jewelry. I know you people, you people are the most expensive things you people own. The most expensive things you people buy into. And you people, you don't give away not even prayers. If somebody asks you to pray for them, I think you would rather charge them for that prayer than to give it to them for free. That's how you people are. That's how you people are. And you're talking about public sector workers should be cut. Let me tell you something, sir. You need to go and give your life to the Lord and ask Him to forgive you for those selfish thoughts that you have. Let me tell you something. It's people like you who cause persons like us, who are of a darker complexion, to have a thing against you people. Because you people believe that it's only high color people must have things. That's why so many of you are fighting against Mr. Wholeness. Because you believe that it's only people like you who have high color must have things, must own things in Jamaica, must have assets and investment in Jamaica. You don't believe that other persons who live in this country should build their homes in this country, should have their business in this country. Cutting jobs mean that the poverty level will rise. And the government has spent over 9 years to reduce poverty. And you, Mr. Mahfood, want to reintroduce poverty to show you that you're a real PNP supporter. Because only the People's National Party supporter think like you. You and them think alike. Let me tell you this, sir. You need to go on your knees and pray and ask God to have mercy on you. Right? Because you don't know what hungry feel like. You don't know what it feels like to not being able to send your children to school because there is no money. You don't know what it feels like to sleep on a bus shed because you couldn't afford rent. You don't know what it feels like to eat tin mackerel every single day because you couldn't afford chicken. You don't know what that feel like. But you're going to talking about job cuts in order to grow economy. Cutting jobs won't grow economy. Cutting jobs will cause the economy to decline. What will build up the economy is production. When more people are working, then more people will be able to have houses, lands. More people will be able to have businesses. You don't like that because you're a businessman, so you don't like competitors. You want to control everything, while other persons don't have anything. You have real estate. You have places that you rent, your own security firms. You have factory. Why do you think it's only you alone must have everything? Sir, go on your knees and pray, because you really need some prayer. Look at you. Look at your face. Both cut jobs.